Welcome back, deep divers. Today, we're embarking on quite a fascinating journey. It combines classic sci-fi grandeur with, well, digital archaeology almost.
Yeah, it's a really interesting mix.
We're taking a deep dive into this incredible collection from the Internet Archive, Babylon 5 A35 novel, short story, guide, and script collection, covering those key years, 1995 to 2001.
hmm
And it feels like much more than just, a stack of books. It's kind of a window into how a beloved universe keeps growing.
Absolutely. And what's truly compelling here isn't just the sheer volume, though that's impressive, but the dedication behind it, preserving and centralizing it all.
Right.
So our mission today is really to unpack what this collection actually represents, not just for the diehard fans, but, for understanding digital archiving and how creative works live on.
It's a great example of community keeping stories alive.
Exactly. Long after the initial release.
That dedication, it really comes through. I mean, we're
Yeah.
talking about a meticulously curated archive, right?
Mhm.
Not just some random uploads.
Definitely not random.
So it makes you wonder, what drove someone to compile something this comprehensive for a universe that was already so rich on screen?
Well, the curator's intention, it seems, based on the source description, was very focused, quite ambitious, actually.
Okay.
They set out to, and I'm quoting loosely here, find and compile every single Babylon 5 novel that exists outside of TV guides and RPG books.
Oh, so specifically the novels.
Yes, and they even mentioned that those other things, the guides and RPGs, were like a project for another day.
Okay, so real focus.
It highlights this singular determination to complete a very specific literary slice of the franchise. And covering 95 to 2001 really captures B5's literary expansion during its most active period, filling in details, adding new narratives.
Okay, so with that huge range of titles, let's get into the heart of it. What's the core, the foundation of this expanded literary universe?
So the initial compilation, which seems to be based on the Babylon 5 Wikis novelet.
Right, the fan wiki.
Yeah, that started with 24 core novels. And these works really let authors explore bits of the B5 galaxy that, the show just couldn't cover in the same depth.
Deeper character dives, maybe.
Yeah.
More backstory.
Exactly. Things like the standalone novels. There were 9 of those initially listed, like John Vornholt's Voices or Accusations by Lois Tilton. These often explored individual backstories or, say, specific political corners, giving perspectives only hinted at on screen.
Makes sense. And beyond those single stories, you mentioned trilogies earlier. Science fiction loves its trilogies for digging into the lore, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And this collection has some significant ones. They really tackled these big, sweeping narratives across multiple books.
Like which ones?
Well, you've got the Psychor trilogy, Dark Genesis, Deadly Relations, Final Reckoning. These weren't just side plots. They dug deep into the morally gray origins and the huge impact of the Psychor.
Which was so central to the show's mysteries.
Precisely. Added crucial layers. And similarly, Peter David's Legion of Fire trilogy, and Jean Cavellos' The Passing of the Technomages trilogy, with titles like Casting Shadows.
Ah, the Technomages, right.
Yeah, those let the authors really grapple with the aftermath of the Shadow War, the psychological fallout, the political shifts, and delve into these ancient, powerful groups.
So these multi-part stories really fleshed out the universe, filled in gaps.
Definitely. And expanded on character motivations in ways that I think longtime fans really appreciated.
And it didn't stop there, right?
Sure.
There were other publishers involved too.
That's right. The collection also includes 3 titles from Mongoose Publishing.
Mongoose. Weren't they more known for RPGs?
They did RPGs, yes, but they also published these novels like Ranger Dawning by Richard Ford and Baptism of Fire, which was actually written by Claudia Christian.
No kidding. Ivanova herself wrote a B5 novel.
Yep. Her connection to the character and universe, you'd imagine, brought a unique perspective to that story.
That's pretty cool.
And then, of course, you have the crucial novelizations, sort of the bridge between screen and page.
Right, like the movie adaptation.
Exactly. Robert Sheckley did A Call to Arms, Peter David did in the beginning, and the movie Third Space. These let fans relive key moments, but with, added internal thoughts, maybe extra details.
You see a different angle on events you see.
It does. And what's striking when you look across all this, it's the sheer number of creative voices involved beyond just JMS.
Yeah, it wasn't just one person's vision anymore.
It really became this collaborative storytelling effort which I think speaks volumes about how strong and versatile the original concept was.
Okay, so that covers the initial bulk, but you mentioned updates. This wasn't just a one-and-done upload.
No, and that's what makes this collection really stand out, I think. It's not just a list, it's the ongoing effort, the digital preservation aspect.
Right, you see the dedication in the updates.
It's in those specific editions that you really see it shine.
It does feel a bit like digital archaeology, like you said, finding these extra pieces. So what specifically got added later on?
Well, the source notes a few key updates. On May 16th, 2023, they added the first edition of the AZ of Babylon 5.
Ah, a guidebook.
Mhm.
Always helpful with dense universes like B5.
Invaluable, really. Helps navigate the lore, the characters, events, keeps it all straight. But then, just a couple of weeks later, May 31st, 2023, a really significant update.
Oh.
6 magazine short stories were added. Pieces like The Shadow of His Thoughts and Hidden Agendas written by Sprusinski himself.
Oh, wow. JMS stories that were only in magazines.
Yeah, alongside others by Fiona Avery and J. Gregory Keyes. And the really remarkable thing, the description says they were hand-formatted into proper ebooks from the ancient 1999-2001 PDF web page formats.
Hand formatted. So someone manually converted these old, probably awkward PDFs.
That's what it sounds like. It really underlines the painstaking work involved. Rescuing these unique stories from, the digital equivalent of a dusty old box, making them accessible again.
That is dedication.
Mm.
And something else happened on May 31st too, right?
Yes, same day. This was pretty exciting for fans, I imagine. The inclusion of 3 unfilmed Crusade scripts.
Unfilmed scripts from the spin-off.
Exactly. Written by J. Michael Straczynski. Episodes 1 by 14, To the Ends of the Earth, 1 by 15, Value Judgments, and 1 by 22, End of the Line.
Whoa. So these are stories that never made it to screen because Crusade was canceled.
That's right. It's this incredibly rare glimpse into what might have been for that series. You get to see narratives that were fully formed but just never got produced visually.
Man, that's like finding lost episodes almost. A gold mine for anyone invested in the show's potential.
Absolutely. A unique window.
And just to round it all out, there was one more quirky addition.
Yes. The wonderfully quirky Dining on Babylon 5. The ultimate collection of space station cuisine.
A B5 cookbook. Seriously.
Apparently so. It's a small thing, maybe, but it speaks to the sheer thoroughness, right?
Wait.
Capturing all these different facets.
And let's be honest, who hasn't wondered what Spoo tastes like?
Exactly. It adds that little touch of relatable fun to the whole massive archive.
Okay, so after exploring this huge, obviously, lovingly curated collection, what does it all mean for someone today? How do you even access this stuff? And what's the bigger picture here for preserving creative works?
Well, the platform itself is key, the Internet Archive. It's not just storage. It's built for accessibility.
How so?
The source mentions all these download options for every file, not just your standard EPUB or PDF.
Right.
They include things like DAISY, which stands for Digital Accessible Information System. It's specifically designed for users with print disabilities. It synchronizes text and audio.
Oh, that's fantastic. Really thinking about different needs.
Definitely. And there are other formats too, like JP2-ZIP, which is more for high-quality image-based archival. It shows this deliberate, thoughtful effort to make these stories available to everyone.
That's such a crucial point. It's not just about saving it, but making it genuinely usable for people now and in the future.
Precisely. And if you zoom out, look at the bigger picture. This Babylon 5 collection isn't just for fans, as great as that is. It's this powerful testament to what digital archiving and, frankly, community effort can do.
Keeping stories alive when physical copies disappear or things go out of print.
Exactly. Digital libraries like the Internet Archive become these vital custodians of our cultural heritage, even our fictional heritage. They ensure that this rich tapestry of creativity, these complex universes, remain discoverable.
So the story doesn't just end when the show stops airing or the last book is published.
Not necessarily. It lives on and can even be expanded through this kind of dedicated preservation.
What an incredible journey through the B5 literary universe. We've seen novels, short stories, guides, even those amazing unfilmed scripts all gathered together.
Thanks to archivists and platforms like the Internet Archive.
It really highlights how a passionate community can ensure these stories survive and stay accessible, bringing back rare finds like those hand-formatted stories you mentioned.
Or the Crusade scripts.
Yeah. Back into the light for new audiences. It's quite remarkable.
It really is. And this whole deep dive into the Babylon 5 collection, it really makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Wonder what?
What other beloved fictional universes might have their own hidden literary histories, unseen works, unfilmed scripts, maybe forgotten short stories, just waiting out there.
Waiting for a dedicated archivist to uncover them.
Exactly, waiting to be brought to light for new generations. The potential for discovery in these digital archives feels immense.
A powerful reminder of the hidden gems still waiting to be found. That's definitely something to think about.
For sure.
An excellent thought to ponder. Thank you for joining us on The Deep Dive. Until next time, keep exploring.